West's Summer of Samples, how to reissue labels helped make Wyoming funky. I gotta say, when it comes down to discovering weird samples, that dude&apos s kind of all over it, says Now Again Records founder Eothen Egon Alapatt of Kanye West. The superstar producer who&apos s dropped 5 sample-soaked releases in the past 5 weeks. He has a lot of help, of course, but he also has really good ears and picks out really cool stuff that not a lot of people would. Kanye West continues the most controversial period of his career with a wildly uneven 23-minute album since 2002, Alapatt&apos s globetrotting Now Again Records, originally an offshoot of dusty-fingered indie hip-hop titan Stone's Throw, has dug American funk obscurities and anthologized funk and rock scenes in Nigeria, Indonesia and Zambia to re-release for a new audience. For his wild Wyoming summer, West has sampled extensively from the label &apos s rarities and contemporary revisions, including 70s Indianapolis funk crew Amnesty, Iranian rock pioneer Karachi Agmai, modern groove revisionist Mr. Chop and Space is the Place weirdos the heliocentrics. Case in point, Pusha T&apos s Games We Play makes use of Texas soul musician Booker T. Everhart&apos s 45 Heart&apos n Soul which Alapatt originally reissued on the 2005 comp Texas Funk, Black Gold from the Lone Star State 1968 to 1975. He&apos s doing some really fucking amazing stuff, Alapatt says of West. He&apos s not the first person to sample that. I mean, since I reissued that, people that I know have been sampling it, and they have not come anywhere near doing anything like he did. What he did was completely transformative. Collectors I know were like, &apos until you mentioned it I had no idea that &apos s what that song was, and I&apos v known that song for 20 years. &apos, in April, West tweeted that he was hand-producing and chomping samples from the Sunken Place. His recent tracks showcase a funky, home-brewed sound that, like it or hate it, sets these releases apart from the radio &apos sea of Marshall trap beats, revisiting the unique groove that helped make hits like Gold Digger. Around the same time as West &apos s initial rise, Now Again and the reel-to-reel archaeologists at the Numero Group, another label that specializes in surfacing forgotten gems, spent the better part of the 2000s on the cutting edge of reissuing unappreciated funk and soul. Now their extensive catalogs are being mined by West, in the same way that the 25-record Ultimate Breaks and Beats series once gave producers in the 80s and early 90s the James Brown and incredible bongo band licks they needed to build the sound of modern hip-hop. We&apos re not feeding anything to Kanye &apos s people, says Rob Sevier of the Numero Group, the Grammy-nominated reissue label renowned for their thorough liner notes. Though recently they &apos v begun exploring exotica, 90s indie rock and private press new age, their flagship Eccentric Soul series shines a spotlight on obscure soul labels like Florida &apos s Deep City, San Antonio &apos s Dynamic and Kansas City &apos s Forte. They &apos v released music from Ypsilanti hard rockers Air, under heralded Stax Group 24 Karat Black, late 60s gospel singer Shirley Ann Lee and San Antonio vocal group The Royal Jesters, all sampled in West releases this summer. Though Sevier and Numero Group have done the hard work of digging, releasing and licensing, typically factors that make sampling old records harder and more time-consuming, he does &apos t believe West &apos s deep dive into the label means that sample clearing houses have his number. I don't &apos t think anyone is making decisions at the creative flashpoints of this process, where they say, &apos hey, let &apos s sample this &apos calls it &apos ll be easy to clear, says Sevier. Because if it was happening, people would be hanging outside our office